This lady, Mrs. Omotayo Salawudeen, took the life of her husband she was married to for 17 good years. Before she did this to him, she gave him a sumptuous meal, the most delicious meal he ever ate in their 17 years of marriage, and also gave him good fun, the style she has never done with him before. She said the husband is Hakeem Salawuddin, who is 43 years old, while she is 39 years old. In her confession, she said her husband did nothing to her, that they lived happily. There was no issues, that they lived for 17 good years and were blessed with 3 children between the ages of 17, 15 and 12. The husband did not offend her in any way. The husband was a businessman before he died, and he took good care of them. He built them a beautiful house and they were very comfortable, and they lived in Osun State. She said she had no issues with him until last year, when he came and announced to her that he was going to take a second wife because he impregnated the lady. And he promised her she was not going to live with them, that he was going to rent her another house, which she agreed to. But unknown to this man, this hurt her deeply. She pretended as if everything was fine until she executed her plan. She met with an ex-convict who was just released from prison. The man she met was 24 years. She said if he did this and take the life of her husband, she was going to give him an accommodation, which the man agreed to, and said she doesn't even need too much. What he needs is 10,000 naira, which she agreed to give him. And they made the plans without her husband knowing what was looming. On the set day she was to carry out that crime, she cooked the most delicious meal ever for her husband and acted up so nicely and so sweet to her husband. After giving him the sumptuous meal, she took her bath with him and they had the best fun ever. And the man was relaxed and slept off. She then invited the ex-convict to the house by opening the gate and told him that her husband was asleep. So, with her help, she put a pillow on his nose, trying to take out his breath while he used a knife on him several times, repeatedly, on his chest. When he found out that he was no longer breathing, they left him as being dead. Truly, the man was dead at the time. Then he went further and wrote on the wall, "No price, no pay. Forgiveness is a sin," to make it like someone had done it without her consent. Then she also told the man to take her husband's phone and go upstairs and take all her children's phone from them. What a woman. After she let him go, and then she started crying uncontrollably, screaming and shouting that neighbors should come to her aid, that they had been attacked. And she cried as if she didn't have a hand in this. And the police came and they started to investigate the crime. They eventually caught the ex-convict. And after a lot of interrogation, the man confessed that he did the crime, but not without the help of his wife, who promised to pay him, and that the wife was also part of the crime, that she held the pillow to the man's nose, helping him to carry out the act on her husband. Who would believe that this woman did this to her husband? And upon interrogation, she admitted to the crime and said her husband was a good man, But the only hurt was that he took a second wife after they had lived and planned together, after she had built with him. Now, you who is watching, do you think this woman went too far? What are your thoughts? I want you to share your thoughts. Do you think she should have done this to her husband, or she should have walked away? What are your thoughts? My thought for me is that she should have, if she's no longer interested in the husband, should have left him quietly. She shouldn't take the man's life. Not for that reason. That's my pain, is that the children will have to be with no parents because their father is dead and their mother will be in jail. And this is a big stigma for the children. That's the reason why we have to think through before we act. What are your thoughts?